Potatoes have been decidedly pricey this year, but being a staple in the nation's diet, consumers have just had to take it. Earlier in the year, adverse weather conditions and an element of frost in Limpopo, which is a significant potato-producing area, are said to have contributed to lower output.
We actually had very adverse weather conditions in January specifically, which was the major planting time for these specific production regions. Now, to get the bigger picture done, so that part of production happens from, let's call it, January through to June, July, and then the harvest actually starts from, let's call it, May through to August. And they have actually managed to lift more potatoes earlier in the season, but the later part of the season didn't have the production volumes expected.
While prices hit a high, they seem to have moderated somewhat in recent weeks.
We saw those prices coming down again, and that was again due to some higher volumes entering into the market. And we saw with the latest heat wave that we had the past couple of days that we can expect some lower quality as well on the market. The potatoes that it doesn't really respond well to those significant high temperatures above the 40-degree mark that we saw into the northern areas of South Africa. And we can expect, therefore, a slightly lower quality potatoes to enter into the market as well.
Van der Merwe says these dynamics will likely see potato prices come under even more pressure. But the potato industry says it sees continued solid demand for its crop.
On the demand side, which is becoming all the more obvious, is that there's definitely, I don't know exactly what the reason for that is, an increased demand for potatoes specifically. Whether it's the other starch-related products that are also high in price, like for instance, typically the maize price has got a large influence in that.
Jacobs also expects potato demand to go through the roof on account of the festive season, more so with the relaxation of COVID-19 measures and the ramp-up in vaccinations, allowing for people to socialise that much more than before. Despite this positive expectation, input costs are expected to rise anywhere between 30% and 40% for the agricultural sector as a whole.
I think it will be more worrisome for specifically potato farmers, as the inputs are much higher per hectare for potatoes. Yes, so I think increasing fuel prices as we're expecting, and I think fuel prices will increase now with the high oil prices, so that will have a significant effect. I know fertilizer prices increased drastically the last 6 months, and potatoes use a lot of those inputs per hectare.
Whatever the ups and downs in the price, South Africans can be rest assured that there'll be sufficient supply for their dietary requirements. Nomphumelelo Siziba, SABC News, Johannesburg.